While jellyfishing one day, SpongeBob stumbles upon a strange sight, a land squirrel locked in battle with a giant clam. Thinking she's in danger, SpongeBob rushes in to help, only to nearly get eaten himself. At the last second, the squirrel saves herself and then rescues SpongeBob as well. She introduces herself as Sandy, and the two quickly hit it off. SpongeBob notices the helmet Sandy wears to breathe underwater. Trying to sound cool, he claims he likes air too, despite having no idea what air actually is. Impressed, Sandy invites SpongeBob over to her tree dome for tea and cookies and gives him a map so he can find her home. Excited, SpongeBob runs to tell Patrick all about his adventure. When Patrick hears that Sandy wears a hat full of air, he misunderstands completely, assuming Sandy is fancy and puts on airs. He advises SpongeBob to act sophisticated by sticking his pinky out at all times. The next day, SpongeBob arrives at Sandy's tree dome and steps inside, only to realize it's completely filled with air. Almost immediately, he starts struggling to breathe and begins drying out, but he refuses to admit anything is wrong. As Sandy proudly shows him around her home, SpongeBob desperately searches for water. He tries to rehydrate in a bird bath, but the angry bird kicks him out. Patrick, watching from outside, reminds him to keep his pinky out. Trying to impress Sandy, SpongeBob presents her with flowers. When Sandy asks if he needs anything, SpongeBob asks for water, but Sandy misunderstands, thinking he wants a vase of water for the flowers. After she leaves, SpongeBob nearly escapes, but remembers Patrick's advice. When in doubt, pinky out. Choosing politeness over survival, he stays inside, growing weaker by the second. Sandy returns with a water-filled vase and begins chatting again, but soon leaves once more when an oven timer goes off. Left alone, SpongeBob stares at the vase, convincing himself he doesn't need the water, until he finally gives in. He drinks the entire vase dry and bolts for the door, only for Patrick to come inside and stop him. Patrick insists everything will be fine, but moments later, he also starts drying out from the lack of water. The two desperately try to escape, but before they can, Sandy returns with tea and cookies. She freezes in shock when she finds SpongeBob and Patrick completely dehydrated, reduced to dried up, lifeless forms. Realizing what went wrong, Sandy quickly brings them water-filled helmets so they can survive inside the tree dome. She reminds them that if they needed water, they should have just asked. With the problem finally solved, the trio happily sit down together and enjoy tea and cookies.